It's wild how Trump supporters will scream about election interference while being the people to try to interfere with the election. Here you have a Trump supporter trying to remove the qualifications of a bunch of voters in Georgia because Republicans know um, there's way too many Democrats voting for them to actually win.
Well, now to a CBS News investigation into a grassroots effort to purge voter rolls ahead of the 2024 election. An army of conservative activists who falsely believe the 2020 election was stolen are now challenging the eligibility of tens of thousands of voters. CBS's Major Garrett takes a closer look in the battleground state of Georgia.
I paid taxes here for 20 years, even though I was homeless.
James McWhorter is a master barber in suburban Atlanta and a Gulf War veteran. McWhorter registered to vote at the barbershop address because he was, for a time, homeless. In October, at a public hearing, he defended his right to vote.
For you to be able to challenge me, you have that right as a citizen of DeKalb County. But I serve to give you that right.
McWhorter is talking to Gail Lee. Lee believes former President Trump won the 2020 election and spends hours scouring DeKalb County voter rolls. She found.
Can we have these people like arrested and removed from their positions because they're obviously doing nothing but trying to make for people to vote. They know that the lie about the election being stolen is a lie, yet they just want to keep pushing it so that they can try to justify ways of punishing people they don't like from voting.
On the McWhorter's registration was linked to this barbershop, not a residential address, and therefore invalid.
I am requesting that these challenges brought before you today.
Lee says she's filed about 500 challenges and is one of many citizen sleuths in Georgia and other states convinced the rolls are riddled with fraud.
And you would think that the Republican Party, who cares about freedom and voting, would want as many people as possible to vote, but that is not the case. Republicans love to make it so very few people actually have the ability to vote.
It's not true.
We found more than 80,000 challenges to voter registration in Georgia since 2021. The process is legal. One citizen can challenge an unlimited number of registrations. DeKalb County election.
Okay, then Democrats need to start challenging like these people's qualifications to vote and stuff like that. Get them removed. You can play this. Democrats can play the same game as Republicans if they want to do this.
Board Chair Carly Swift told us the challenges tend to uncover administrative and technical errors that shouldn't deprive Georgians of their right to vote. Swift and her colleagues have spent hundreds of hours hearing voter challenges. A pattern, Swift said, has emerged.
And it's young voters, it's people of color, and it's people that are unhoused.
Have you, in your mind, come up with an explanation of what the motive is?
Okay, we should just have it one person, one vote. There can be multiple ways of voting. You can have it digitally, like on a computer. You can have it like absentee ballot. Or ballot. You can have people go in person or something. But as long as they get like a number connected to that vote or something to know that that person voted, we can have every single person vote, like no matter their status or whatever. Because in a democratic nation, everybody gets to vote, no matter what they've done in life. They're allowed to vote, because that's how a democracy works, where everybody voices their opinion.
Disenfranchise a certain demographic. You're trying to put your foot on someone else's neck.
I mean, all he had to do was call up the office and give him his address. It's not exactly a heavy foot.
McWhorter.
Though it's no surprise that she's trying to remove a black veteran's ability to vote in Georgia.
Has a residence now and, after the hearing, updated his voter registration. Gail Lee said his case is proof the system of citizen challenges works.
Can you understand how people who are African American?
Okay, but just because he was registered with his commercial property address at the time doesn't change anything about his way of voting. He would have still voted for the same person no matter what. She is thinking that just because he was registered at the time as commercial property, like he was doing something illegal, or that if he voted, it would so upend the election process that Georgians wouldn't know what to do.
Might feel this deeply in that your work feels threatening to them?
I would think they would want their vote protected too.
Sometimes
But she's not trying to protect people's votes. She's trying to remove people from being able to vote.
it's not if you could, if you should.
So what might all this mean for 2024? Consider this. Joe Biden won Georgia in 2020 by just under 12,000 votes. Our investigation found at least 12,000 of these challenges have led to names being removed from voter rolls. But Nora, election officials tell us most of the cases involve technical and administrative errors and are not evidence or even suggestions of widespread